Hey there, Ned. How's it going? This is Courtney, and in this video, I'm just going to show you a few things that you can do to help improve your website and your online presence. I know, like when we spoke, you mentioned that you wanted to get more traffic. So these are just some tips that you can implement yourself if you like. This is going to be about content, citations, maybe, and backlinks. And if you like what you've seen and you want to talk more about it, just hit me up and we can chat. So let's start. So let's dig in. Right. So the first thing I want to go over is your website content. All right. So you want to have more words on it, and I know that sounds simple, but hear me out. So Google actually prefers for there to be at least 1,500 words on the homepage, and the reason why is because when people search for what you do, Google has to figure out which business to show them. And one way it does that is by reading what's on your homepage. If there's not enough content on there, Google's basically like, I'm not really sure what this business does. And right now your site is sitting at 753. Not terrible, right? And then I went ahead and found a couple of competitors for you that just to show you they're like succeeding and actually ranking for certain keywords. And Crypto Academy, these guys are sitting at 719. You are dominating them slightly in this area. And then we're going to take at the consensus. I believe that's what that says. And these guys are at 942 words. All right. So in this content, you want to have what are known as keywords. If you're not familiar, keywords are words or phrases that people search up each month to help resolve their issues, concerns, questions. And you can miss out on a lot of potential students because that's what you're going after. You want to go after students. You can miss out on a lot of potential students by not having these keywords and by also not having them properly placed. All right. And just to go further, so everything that you see highlighted, any photos, icons, images, even the stuff in the background, you want to make sure those have the proper keywords as well. Okay. So we're just gonna see about this one. So what I mean by you can tell if it's properly labeled by clicking on the save image as, and this right here, the file name, as you can see, is not embedded with a keyword that is proper for or that will have people to find you or get Google to know more about you, right? So I guess other than that, so that's something that you'll want to do for your site is to make sure you have all those keywords for that. So the next thing I'd also like to do is we're going to go on to Ahrefs. This is a tool that essentially gives me behind the scene details on things that Google looks at when it comes to ranking a site. I came over here just to look at a couple of things, one of them being your keywords. As you can see, you aren't ranking for any at the moment. And, to be fair, your website is only like a few weeks old, right? So obviously it can take a bit for keywords to pop up, maybe even longer because I know you're doing a national business, so yours is national, so it takes a lot longer for national keywords to pop up if you do have any. And just to give you some like more backstory on keywords, so I'll actually show you. You know what? I'm just going to show you an example of it. So this is one of your competitors, the Crypto Academy, same guys, and these guys are ranking for 65 keywords, and those 65 keywords are bringing them a traffic of 253 people to their website per month. All right, so we're just going to take a look at just a few of their keywords. Our Crypto Academy, Crypto School, that's a pretty good one. Workshop, that's also a nice one. These are some that you could consider for like keywords that you can consider for your website. And I want to go over briefly about keywords with your business name, and it's okay, but you don't want to rely on it heavily, like at all. And the reason why is because not everyone knows your business name, right? So because not everybody knows your business name, you won't be able to find new students if you only rely on that business name. So you want to be able to have other keywords that are geared towards them, like Crypto School. That's a really good one to use, and their Crypto Workshop, and there are plenty more like that. And you just want to be able to have your website have that, right? So these are examples of what I mean by having keywords, and you want to also be able to properly place them on your website. So what I'm actually going to do next, we're going to go into your third, another competitor for you, and these guys are pretty big, the consistencies, and these guys are ranking for a little under 3K keywords. And let's see, we're just going to take a look at what some of those are. One of the reasons why their keywords are really high, I'm pretty sure they have a blog going on, and having a blog can really increase the amount of keywords you can have. Let's see, consistencies. All right, this is on their business name. So a lot of these top ones are their business names, so that's not the most helpful, but this is to give you an idea of, it's okay for branding, but you don't want to rely on it to be bringing you in new traffic, if that makes sense, right? So what I want to do is I want to take a keyword, and just to give you an idea, like something that people type up, and just going to type it into Google. So say for instance, I am new to crypto and I don't know what to do. So I type in crypto coaching for beginners, and this is a keyword that pops up, and this is what your results are going to get. So this is what shows up when people search up any keyword. So these are pair of keywords, right? So this is going to go into the next thing I want to go over with you, and that is backlinks, right? So this section right here is what we call the organic section, and this is where you basically, how do I word this? So you basically you want to be up in the top results, because this is where people click. The higher you are, the more clicks you get. And in order to get up here, you want to have authority. And how you get authority comes back down to backlinks, right? And a backlink is when one website links to another online. So for example, if you have a blog that talks about, tips for people who are beginners to crypto, and they link to you guys as a perfect resource for them, like for people to go to, that is a lot more effective and powerful for you to have linking to you versus getting a link from, say, a Pizza Hut, right? Because you don't sell pizza. With backlinks, it is quality over quantity. So you want to be able to make sure you have the relevant backlinks that make sense for your business to have, okay? And going back over here, this is Ahrefs again, and this is a tool that is actually perfect for looking at backlinks. You guys are sitting at 49 at the moment, and then we're just going to take a look at your two competitors. All right, these guys are sitting at 706. And these guys over here are sitting at 196K. And I know that seems like really a lot, but it's okay. It's one step at a time, okay? You just want to tackle what you can. And how to actually go about getting, at least close to these, right? Is you want to, with tools, like Ahrefs, we can see exactly what links are going to your competitor, and then we go get those exact same links, or you could too, for your business. So that's how that works. And again, we want to get the quality ones, not just any of them, right? Because if it works for them, why wouldn't it work for you, right? Success leaves clues. So back to this, something briefly I wanted to go over. I know I mentioned citations, and citations are typically related to a Google business profile. I'm not sure if you will be having one soon. But if you are getting one, those are for local businesses. If you're planning on having a local business, you may not need one because I didn't see any pop up. So you might not need any, but if you want to see if your competitor is doing it, then maybe it's a good idea to do it too. And this over here is where your citations are kind of related to. So it's basically your business's name, address, and phone number listed on hundreds of directories. So BBB, Yext, CityStar, Facebook, and many more. And the thing is, it gets you more trust from Google and pushes you above them in the map pack. And the goal is you want to be in the top 3. And I'm pretty sure you've seen, Google Map listings too. When you search up plumber, or let's actually do that. So when you search up plumber something like that, and you see this right here, this is called the map pack, right? So this is where you would have your citations built up, and you would have them placed on here. And the more you have, the better, because the higher you are, the more clicks you get. But having a Google Business Profile is really good and handy, but it doesn't seem to be necessary for your niche. If you want further information about that, just reach out to me, and I will do some further research for you to see if it's something you should have, right? So in closing, once again, we went over content. You want to have at least 1,500 words on your home page. This will make it easy for Google and people to understand and find your business. And backlinks, you want to get other relevant sites linking to you so that Google sees you as the go-to in your niche. All right. Do these and citations. So if having a Google Business Profile is something you'd like to have, then I'd highly recommend it, as it's free advertisement for yourself. And this is just having your name, address, phone number listed on 200 and 300 of those sites. This will beat out your competition by a landslide. Do these few things, and you're going to be way ahead of most of your competition, all right? And now what you can actually do with this is you can totally run with this and do it yourself. I'm cool with that. But if you're not really sure what to do, you want to know a game plan, or you want some more information on how to move forward, you can give me a call or text at 218-517-5513. Either way, I hope this really helped you. Have a great day. Bye.